Okay, Shalom. Okay, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Barakatha Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Barakatha Rakakadash. All right, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, our elders of GMS. Okay, and salutation and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect of the children of Israel that's choosing to escape through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, the pollutions of this world. People of Negro and Indian descent, Latino descent. All right, Israelite foreigners that have the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, the spirit of an Israelite, all right, Aqua, that's also humbling himself to learn this word and again to escape the pollutions of this world. And this is an example of the pollution. I'm not going to discuss their business. This is their business, but the issue is with the children of Israel here. All right, this is the issue with the children of Israel, which mainly these women don't take blame for it, and what they do is they get caught and they start to point the other finger. They start to point the finger. How they look at it as if they done nothing wrong. As if they did nothing wrong. All right. But the scripture says here, let me grab the scripture here. Slaki, I should have pulled it up before I even started here. This is absolutely amazing, man. This is Proverbs 30 and 20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness. And if you have any kind of spiritual eye, what it means by she eateth. Let's go in the blue letter here. Let's see what the blue letter says. Going to the word eateth, a call, it says. I may be pronouncing it wrong. To eat, devour, burn up, feed. To eat, human subject. To eat, devour. To devour and consume. Okay. To cause to eat, feed with, to cause to devour, consume. And you know what they're consuming there. We don't need to go into that. It says, such is the way an adulterous woman, she eateth and wipeth her mouth. What would she be eating? What would she be wiping her mouth? And in a lot of these women cases, their whole face. They call it the money shot. They call it the money shot. Man, this is the norm within the house of Israel, within the 12 tribes of Israel. This is a normal thing, and it's so much normal you can just bring it out in public, and you have those that choose one side and against the other. You don't even bring up the point that adultery is going on, and you wonder why the Lord is going to kill 2/3 of our people, man. What they do, they choose one side or the other. And most men is just going to choose the men's side, and well, I'm not going to say most men, but there are going to be a large number of simple-minded niggas and foolish women that's going to all favor the woman. Not looking at facts, can care less. It don't matter. Regardless, what's going on within the house of Israel is straight up wickedness. All right. So the scripture says in Leviticus 20 and 10. And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, and this is allegedly who she's popping. If you want to talk about being a straight up mo, that's the definition of someone that's in the closet. You can see the spirit. These people, they go both ways. Period. And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer. And the funny thing is, the devil, this devil here, he played in the NFL. So let me tell you something. More than likely, that's probably a Jake anyway. He's a Gentile. He's an Israelite foreigner, in my opinion. He looks just the spirit of an Edomite and everything, but it's just how it is with these Israelite foreigners when they're not really around Jake, they don't pick up the characteristics. They don't learn the characteristics. They don't emulate, because that's what a lot of these Israelite foreigners do. They look at so-called black men and the people of Latino and Indian descent, and they copy, they imitate them. They, you know, they say that's a actual high form of flattery. You know? But anyway, let me continue on with the scripture. With his neighbor's wife, and with the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. And again, this is what did the Lord call us? Call this generation, man? He called them a generation of vipers, of an adulterous generation of vipers. Did he use the word viper? Let me pull this up. Here we go. He used the word adulterous. Matthew 12 and 36. You know what? Let me go to my Bible here. Let me read it off. Continue to read it off the phone here. It says here in Matthew 12 and 38, then certain of the scribes and the Pharisees answered, saying, Master, we would see a sign from thee. But he answered and said unto them, an evil and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given to it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. Let me grab another one. Matthew 16. A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. And he left them and departed. Mark 8 and 38. Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed, when he cometh in the glory of his Father with the holy angels. You know, ashamed of this foolish nation, man. Ashamed of this foolish nation. So, grab me another scripture here, man. Like I said, this is a plague. This is a virus that has plagued the nation of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel. You know, and again, you know how they actually give you a badge of honor for popping someone's wife, man. It's bad enough that they airing their business out in the world, which that's a wicked act itself, airing people's business when it's nobody's goddamn business what's going on inside this wicked family. You know? But it's so normal now that it's just it's accepted now to air people's business out. You know, what the scriptures say about being in another man's affairs, not to, you know, because it's none of your goddamn business. And that's why the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to put a lot of the unlawful law enforcement to death, because they're interfering in people's lives when it's none of their goddamn business. Even though Yahweh Shem Yahushua put this devil as the whooping stick, they're still going to be judged on their wickedness. You know. So the book of Proverbs says here. It says this. Proverbs is this the 6th chapter? Proverbs 6. Let me find the scripture here. It says, I'm scrolling down to find it. Here we go. Proverbs 6 and 20. And 24 says, let me start at 23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life, to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. And listen, man, there's way too many women out there for you to be popping someone's wife, you know. Far too many women out there, man. You know, but the funny thing is, a lot of these women that are dealing with men, that they made themselves available, unfortunately, to other men. And that's just a way of an adulterous generation. To keep thee from an evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman, Lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. For by means of a whorish woman a man is brought to a piece of bread, and adulterers will hunt for a precious life. Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned? Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burned? Those are questions he's asking. The questions Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is asking. Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned? Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burned? So he that goeth in to his neighbor's wife, whosoever toucheth her shall not be innocent. Whosoever touches her shall not be innocent. And this is part of that plague that is plaguing the nation of Israel, man. You know, and it seems to be getting worse and worse. Because they justified. Everybody's justifying it through their own understanding. Scripture says to lean not on your own understanding. And the understanding of this world is to do wicked. If it makes you feel good, go do it. Oh, he done it. Oh, he done it. Who knows if he's popping other men's wives? Who knows? Who knows? You know? But unfortunately, you women are going to face judgment, man. Oh, because you're justifying your wickedness. You're justifying your own wickedness through your own understanding, which is lack of. All right? So he that goeth into his neighbor's wife, whosoever toucheth her shall not be innocent. Men, do not despise a thief. Salaki. Here we go. But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold. Salaki. Proverbs 6:32. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. For jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. See, we're not living in those times now, because they're under protection of the devil, So the Lord's laws aren't executed properly. Again, because this devil protects wicked evildoers. The unjust law protects evil, wicked doers. He is encouraged, So he will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, though thou givest many gifts. So there's crazy madness going on in this world, man. It's airing out like it's being aired out like it's just normal now. You want to talk about being ashamed of the people, man. Shalom.